Peace, power, and prosperity. Peace, power, and prosperity. It's Yafeuh. It's Yafeuh. It's Yafeuh Balogun. Back here yet again to have a conversation, a candid conversation about April 2nd, 2016, with the organization called BAIR that attempted to come into the community in South Dallas and attempted to intimidate, distract, and harass women, children, elderly, and anybody else that they could. BAIR was a right-wing organization um, that didn't have our best interests at heart. And so we, on April 2nd, got the community engaged. We passed out over 3,000 flyers and got the community engaged to stand against BAIR, which they announced that they was coming. Now, keep in mind, in the previous video, I did share that on March the 20th, they came to South Dallas. Well, they didn't come. They intended to come to South Dallas, and they didn't show up where we showed up. So just go check a previous video where I discussed it, and I showed the actual BBC footage where they didn't show up, but instead we showed up, and they got upset by the fact that we showed up and they didn't show up, and it basically caused an implosion within their organization. I'm not so certain that they're a legitimate organization right now, because based upon that documentary that came out, they had some internal conflicts. Uh, we, at the particular time, Huey P. Newton Gun Club, I represented, of course, GMF, Guerrilla Mainframe, Balogun Clan, organized very diligently against BAIR. Again, I say yet again, I have my father was a member of the Nation of Islam in the latter 60s, early 70s. And so I took an interest in this particular situation. I took it absolutely personally. So I made sure that I got the folks where I needed them to be. And we had a couple of conversations internally, whereas we had to make sure that there was some understanding internally that we wasn't going to allow BAIR or any other organization to come to South Dallas that did not represent the best interests of the community. And so we stood firm against BAIR, pushed them out, and made sure that they didn't come back. And yet to this day, they might have individually drove through South Dallas, but they didn't come dressed up as BAIR. Believe me, we caught BAIR in a bear trap. So I'm going to show you footage of that specific day. Again, this is April 2nd, 2016. That this occurred, that this happened. And do me a big favor if you can like, share, subscribe to my channel. Again, it's pronounced Yafeuh. Again, it's pronounced Yafeuh Balogun. Keep that in mind. I'm going to go ahead and share with you this footage. So just 1 second.
We was able to defend ourselves. We was able to defend ourselves because we was able to be unified. That's why we got everybody out here. Everybody here is in solidarity. Regardless of where you came from, what you look like, or whatever, we here in solidarity. And because of that, and because of BAIR's position, their ideology, which is ideology of hate and terroristic ideals, that's what brought us here today. And that's why we in solidarity. And ultimately, what I would like for people to take from this is that this was a people's victory against BAIR. This was a people's victory from right-wing thinkers like Donald Trump and other folks like that. That you're not going to come down here to South Dallas, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Dixon Circle, Pleasant Grove, West Dallas, East Dallas, this is our street. Home 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 street. You ain't going to come to the South like that.
So essentially, you saw what occurred. This, what you saw just now in the video, was a victory stance that we took. That we had hundreds of people around us that were more so in line with the victory that we did. And like I said, that stands true to this day. That we were able to successfully with our weapons, push BAIR and their weapons outside of South Dallas. But as I said that day, it wasn't the Huey P. Newton Gun Club that did it. It was the community that did it. So just keep that in mind. Like, share, subscribe to my channel. I'm Yafeuh Balogun, street reporter. We're gonna be keeping it real, and I'm gonna be showing you different things around the community in Highland Hills and all around the city. Like, share, subscribe to my channel. Definitely appreciate you. Peace.